And speaking of messes, that is wonderful.
This is good soup.
The Good Soup Live.
Good Soup Live.
The Good Soup Live.
The Good Soup. Maybe I'll make your soup bad.
Good soup, good soup, good soup.
Ooh, coming at ya.
Good soup, good soup, good soup.
This is gonna be the best.
Good soup, good soup, good soup.
Ooh, coming at ya.
Good soup, good soup, good soup.
What's gonna happen next? Here's the song for the ones who have a few discs in their can. We're the boys on the microphone, going live without a plan. And no one's perfect, especially you. We're gonna dig some deep, you won't know what to do. No matter how dense in the can, it's always good soup. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be today? We're coming at ya. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be today? This is gonna be the best. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be today? We're coming at ya. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be today? What's gonna happen next? We won't apologize if any of this offends you. We're just here doing what we can. We won't apologize for making your cheeks hurt. Laughing on the floor, this is the end.
Have a listen, kiddies, if you dare.
And see, it's like every week I
You
screw
still have
something up.
Marty on there.
I still have Courage the Cowardly Dog on the intro video.
So, all right.
Fucked up. Welcome to the Good Soup Live. I am your host, William Baza. To my left is the amazing, the beautiful, the gorgeous Angelina Moretti, a.k.a. Ginger Snaps on TikTok. And to my right is New Jersey native, singer, songwriter, recording artist, and autism awareness advocate, CORY Singer, ladies and gentlemen.
Fuck! There we go.
He got it out of the way.
10 seconds in and the first fuck is dropped.
Bill said I could just say it right off the bat and just get it out of the way, so I had to take the opportunity.
It took us a half hour to get Marty to say it. So
It's,
that was pretty good.
Did he say it in the Courage?
He did.
Fuck
He did.
Muriel!
Yeah, no, he did. He screamed fuck as Courage. And it was Courage's first official fuck in 20 years. So the Good Soup makes everybody swear like they are just
It's
sailors.
their first time.
I was going to get you a pirate hat before you yelled it, but I didn't have time.
And God decreed, fuck that shit.
See?
We need our own, like, the soup commandments. You know what I mean?
We
Thou
should
shall
use-
say fuck repeatedly.
That's the number one.
I like it.
Thou shalt say, fuck repeatedly.
You think, if we did and we filed for our own religion, we'd get a tax
Like
break
the
and
church,
shit?
the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster.
And then, but then I could come out here in like a blue velvet suit and like walk around telling people they're healed.
Oh my God, Church of the Dented
don't- you
Can.
don't
Smack them with a ramen
Church of-
packet.
Did
You
you
healed.
hear him? Church
Yo.
of the Dented Cans.
See?
Yo, so like if the Big Lebowski could spawn a religion, you guys could do it too.
Yeah, we
I see. I
definitely
I'm not
could.
joking. The Big Lebowski has its own religion.
I know.
Dudism.
It's
Dudism.
Yeah, you could become ordained online as a Dudist priest. You could officiate
A
weddings and do funerals and all that.
Dudist priest.
What?
I'm not
Well,
joking.
So when we got married, we actually looked into having one of our friends get ordained into the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster
Yes.
to do our wedding.
I wanted it because you have to wear a colander on your head when they marry you, and I'm so about it.
So we
that
we
that
actually
sounds like the dream.
we were gonna pay her to do it. So like she actually was like, you don't have to pay me. I'm gonna do that shit myself.
Why don't you
because
tell CORY what she wound up doing instead?
She became a doula.
So wait,
It's
but
a,
it gets
it's a hand holder for very rich women after you have your baby.
CORY. Let me explain something to you though.
I'm not gonna rip it
This
because
girl,
there's a lot
I
of
am
people
definitely
out
gonna
that
rip
do
it
doulas.
right now. Listen, I love that person. We're not gonna bring up their name.
Yes.
Very much a super good friend of mine. But that person makes placenta smoothies.
Yeah, let's say that
Ew.
again. Wait. My favorite thing is the placenta pills.
The pills are whatever. I mean,
Wait, we got 3 people gagging.
yes.
I gotta put my glasses on to see the people gagging.
Oh, they're gagging. Oh yes.
So
Yeah,
what she
sorry.
does
So
is
apparently it's good for you.
She sticks somebody else's placenta in her oven, And then she dries the shit out and then puts it in her own blender at home.
tea.
And then she makes these pills and then she gives them back to the mom because apparently.
And that's how the
obviously
infection in The Last of Us started.
Right? But here's what I'm thinking though is now if you made a placenta smoothie and like then you got some flavoring for it and all that, could you get one that's called like the baby batter smoothie?
I mean, you could.
Baby berry.
Baby berry. There you go. Oh God.
Baby berry crunch.
Baby.
Don't drink. We here at the Good Soup Live do not support drinking placenta smoothies. Please don't
Or
drink
placenta
placentas.
pills.
The cherry breaker. No.
Circle of life.
We got vomiting emojis.
Yes.
I gave you life, and that's what you do with
We
it.
make placenta smoothies with them.
Welcome
Yes.
to the Good Soup Live.
So,
Ominous one.
I'm not gonna bash doulas though. Doulas have a purpose.
You can find
if
them right in
have
your right in your
money.
back dumpster. No.
Yeah.
I don't have anything against. I just got. You remember Family Guy? I'm a backyard dumpster baby.
Yes, I remember that. When Family Guy was good.
That was when Family Guy was good.
I wasn't much of a Family Guy person. I was a South Park person.
Well, South Park
So-
is. I mean, they're still going, but I think what happened is that Family Guy they got in like writers who just they got like 5 like there was a quality to Family Guy like there was so much effort put in, and then Seth MacFarlane started branching out doing so much other stuff that
Yeah.
other people came in. Where a whole joke, I watched it after years. One joke was a whole ass music video with Mick Jagger and David Bowie. It was
That's
a
why
whole
that show
joke.
was the best.
What, Family Guy?
Yeah, but then it started to slip. Actually, only probably 2 years, 3 years ago is when it started getting a little.
Oh
It's
no,
not
even
as funny.
longer ago than that.
Yeah. Oh, you don't even like the mid 30s seasons.
Nah.
There's 30 seasons, 40 seasons. How many seasons of that Family Guy are there?
No, almost as many as The Simpsons because he never stops. It never. If you ever notice, Family Guy never
Took a
goes
break.
away. It's been an episode a week since you were a child, and now you're.
I mean, I'm older than you, so I
know.
wasn't a
When is your
child.
retirement party? It's
Fuck
coming
you,
up,
Bill.
right? When did the
I hate
ARP
you.
card show up yet?
It's gonna show up in 10 years. No, it's not.
It's gonna show up in 2 weeks.
My 10-year high school reunion is coming up this year.
10 years?
Yes, unfortunately.
Hey, bud.
I don't plan on going, but
I didn't go to mine.
Corey, I'm past my 20-year high school reunion, so that just tells you how old I am.
Mazel tov.
I think that they should have made you wear your school uniform to your 20th year reunion. I don't think anybody would have came in there acting all cocky if that was the case.
I wear a Catholic schoolgirl uniform, so
This is my own guilty bullshit right here that I'm
Yeah.
just making her. I'm like, you should wear that to the next reunion.
I'm too fat to wear what I
And
wore when I
you
was
came home-
16.
there's no such thing.
I would look like
There's
a
no such thing.
sausage stuffed in a casing, and I don't think that's gonna look great.
So
That's not a good look.
basically just a sausage.
Sausage, yes. I would look like a sausage in a kilt.
Just not one of
I would look like a
Cafero's.
kiltish sausage.
A kilted sausage? That's a punk band name.
Yes.
We are the Kilted Sausages.
Where are the kilted sausages?
Thank you.
Yay!
Oh, man.
Get
we
on
have-
your fucking knees.
So unfortunately, to our viewers, our Facebook viewers, all our other viewers, we do not have your names coming up on StreamYard for some reason tonight, and I don't know why.
They're talking about placenta burgers and French fries.
What was that Scottish band
I
name
think
again?
I quit. Sorry. What was that now?
What was the band?
May I have the dumpster baby special?
The dumpster.
What was the
Yeah.
band name you just came up with?
The sausage, the kilted sausage.
Kilted sausage.
Kilted
Ladies and
sausages.
gentlemen, Kilted Sausage with their lead single "Get Out Me Swamp."
All right. So Corey.
Yes.
So you do a lot of obviously I watch your TikToks, and so does 600 and something thousand other people.
Oh yeah, I have almost 500,000 followers.
Yeah,
now.
that's crazy.
And I'm a singer-songwriter. I've been doing this for 10 years, but and that's all great and good. But that page grew because of my autism advocacy. I'm on the autism spectrum, and so what I do on that page is I talk about what it's like for me to be on the spectrum. Like any myth that's out there. True, dismantle the stereotypes. Even though there are autistic people who are like that, there are so many more variables. If you met one autistic person, you've only met one autistic person. I'm a one of a kind, and someone else. What may bother me and what may make me uncomfortable could be very pleasing to the next person, not just sexually, but just.
But also sexually, Angie, just in case.
Also sexually.
But in all seriousness, no. Like it's a very interesting topic. I'm that guy. If I said I'm autistic, you go, you don't look autistic, but that's the thing. There's no look.
See, I feel
There's
like
no
that's
look to autism.
yeah. I mean, and you know what's the sad part is, man, I'm not gonna lie. The more I hang out with you, the more I start to think that my ADHD diagnosis may have been a bit
When you were a kid.
yeah, it's slightly off because it's like when you were talking about the thing with this is a real thing in my life, and I didn't know anyone else that was like this until I met Corey. Like, I cannot eat off of a tablespoon. Like, I don't do big spoons. I will freak
We have a whole
out.
lot of little
I
spoons
would
in
rather
our house.
starve to death. I have to use.
I use tiny spoons too, but
Yeah.
no,
He brought me a
yeah.
small spoon for my coffee.
I had to buy at least. So when I got the tablespoons when we moved in, I didn't buy like a box of silverware. I had to buy individuals because I had to buy the small spoons. The teaspoons are smaller, and I had to buy them in large quantities. So I have like 30 of them, and then I
can't-
have 5 tablespoons. 'cause
You're a
I'm
good
the-
wife.
I'm the only one who uses a tablespoon.
And this, ready? This is another one. See, all right, so you see where the seam of the cup is?
Oh, it has to be in a specific
It
spot.
can't be even with the mouthpiece, or I'll throw the whole coffee out the window. I do an 80. I don't care. I'm just never mind. I'm good. I mean, like that, or if like I have a thing like with her, like if like I'm like about to do something, I'm like setting up, and I'm like I'm gonna write for the show, and then Angie comes in and says something, honest and easy, like, so you're gonna write for the show? That's it, dude. The serotonin's gone, and I'm like, nope, I was just joking.
Yeah, so no, here's the thing. Autism and ADHD, they can be comorbid. There's a lot of people, mutuals of mine on TikTok who are both. They have autism and ADHD. It's like they could be comorbid with each other. And like it's funny, I get messages from people. They watch my videos. People well into their 60s finding out they have autism from watching
Yeah.
my videos.
Like,
It's like-
fuck.
exactly.
I knew it.
All right, so we were actually talking about this earlier. I was diagnosed with ADHD type 2, which is the hyperactivity.
You?
Shut the fuck up.
No
And
fucking way.
When I was 17, so that was in 1997, and all they wanted to do was stick me on meds, and they didn't want to do any cognitive behavioral therapy at all. So basically, I was thrown on Ritalin for a giant chunk of my life, and I abused the fuck out of it. And then I finally learned how to cope with things and use my tools, I guess, when I got older. But being a nurse with severe ADHD and working in the ICU and the bells and the whistles and the goddamn monitors and the damn pumps going off and everything's going off at the same time. It is the buzzing in your head that doesn't stop ever. So yeah, it was.
This girl gets home from work and it's like, this is how I feel I am. Ready? It's like,
When I get home from work, I have to take autism naps. Ever since I was a little kid, because like I have to like deal with everybody else, and it's just like
Yeah, it's
because no one
exhausting.
else is autistic. It's just like you're masking. It's like yeah,
it's hard to act normal, isn't it?
It is.
It's
But
not.
here's the thing: I've gotten to a point where I just stopped giving a shit, and I just do my own thing. And I'm the weird one at work, surprisingly, in a place where everybody's weird. I work in a warehouse, and I'm the weird one. Like I'm the
weird one in the
I'm the director, and I'm the weird one too. And they're like, "Well, you're the only one who gets." I mean, obviously, like you're all over the place, and you're always getting stuff done. I'm like, because I can't finish one task without starting 17 others. Like I was in the exam room the other day, and I was unpacking boxes with scopes in them, and I realized that I had left 7 boxes partially packed, 2 unpacked, and I went in my office and started typing an email, and then they're calling me to come into the back. And when I came back up front, I had like 18 tasks that I still had to finish. I'm like, what the fuck? And everyone looks at me, they're like, you gonna get that done? I'm like, yeah, eventually, by the end of the day, something will be done, or partially things will be done, or maybe nothing will be done. Who knows?
I feel
We got
like
a week to finish everything, so who fucking cares?
yeah, it's a big wheel, and you just spin it, and it tells you what you're gonna get accomplished.
And sometimes it says jack shit.
Mine lands on nap and smoke weed more often than it probably should. I'm not gonna lie. Sit around and smoke weed all day. Yes.
I don't get that one at all, ever. Yeah, no.
I used to get that, not anymore. So.
No, I don't get that
I
one.
have to manage the hyperactivity somehow, and I don't like. I refuse to go on benzos or Adderall or any of that kind of stuff. Mainly because
Why did you have to say Adderall?
Because everybody, it's like every millennial.
Fuck it all.
We're all on Adderall.
No, I was on
I mean, I'm
Ritalin.
on Prozac, but you know.
Prozac's
on
not
Wellbutrin,
Adderall.
so-
That's a big difference. But I would do Prozac. Only I went on it for like 3 weeks, and I don't know, man. Like the me and the other guy up there, we both agreed it wasn't doing shit.
I like my Wellbutrin. My Wellbutrin, it makes the circus stop. It makes the buzzing stop for
Corey.
like 2 hours.
Corey,
in my
Angie,
brain.
we're gonna go crazy with our fans here
Yes.
on the
Okay.
GSL Live. I'm gonna ask you a question, and we're gonna
what's
see.
gonna happen here?
Okay.
We're gonna see if you guys suffer from the same mental illness as I have.
Okay. Bring it on.
Have you ever been talking to yourself, walking like in a public place,
Yes.
and notice someone's noticed,
Yes.
and you have to try to play it off like you're singing a song?
Oh, what, when you talk to yourself while you're out and I see him doing it while he's pacing back and forth in
She'll
front of my
text
car?
me. She'll shoot me a text saying, "Stop talking to yourself, asshole."
Yeah, I do the same thing all the time, and people look at me weird.
Or you have to rehearse your conversations. I do it in my head, but he does it out loud.
I do. I rehearse conversations that never happen. And so
Isn't that the worst when you spend an hour trying to prep for anything the other person could possibly say?
I get
and
intrusive thoughts because the way my brain
they don't
works.
say shit, and you're like,
Wait a
My
minute,
brain
y'all-
works. I feel like it's gonna go one way, and I get into a state of depression and anxiety, and I'm just like, I'm gearing myself up for the worst, and then the exact opposite happens, and then I'm burnt out and worn out, and I can't.
You're like, fuck
I
all this.
can't.
I don't wanna
I
do it.
can't. I can't.
Yo, that's
do it.
so strange because like sometimes I'll prep. This is gonna sound so fucked up. I'll prep for an argument in my head, like, and it's
Same.
not even something that even happened. Like,
Same.
I'll just run through the gambit of like, fuck you, like,
All right.
god damn it.
We're all fucked in the
And
head.
how angry do you get when you prep yourself and you get yourself ready for the fucking fight? It's happened to me today. So this is
Oh,
not
God.
something that happens every now and again. This shit happened today. I went out and drove out our lawyer that we paid to do our bankruptcy because we're going bankrupt, people, because you don't support our show.
No, it's because of COVID.
No,
and
I'm
we went
kidding.
back
I'm
to
fucking around.
Jersey.
Support their show.
When COVID first struck, I owned a trucking business, and unfortunately, it
went
didn't
under.
survive. So we're claiming bankruptcy, and we've been claiming bankruptcy for like a year and a half. And
Because
we paid
our
the lawyer.
shiesty lawyer.
Whoa. And we paid the lawyer, and our lawyer has been avoiding us. So today, I got myself like we had fucking talks in the car because I don't do confrontation well.
He's like, I'm going to wear my uniform.
So I wore my
I'm gonna
uniform
go
and
in
I
there.
drove out to East Brunswick, and I'm ready to give this guy a fucking stern talking to, right? And they were closed. He wasn't because it's President's Day, and turns out I'm the asshole. So
wait, it's President's Day?
it's
Yeah,
President's
it's
Day.
President's Day.
I am so out of the loop.
Yeah.
So we I was mad as fuck, man. I wanted to tell him off, or like I'll get that, or I'll get like Ernie. I'll come out here and like it's not that I'm gonna tell Ernie off. That's not it. But like I get nervous to tell Ernie, like ask Ernie stuff. I don't know why. I look at the guy's been so cool to us
For over a year
for
and
over
a
a
half
year.
now.
We've been doing the show here for a year and a half. I talk to the dude weekly, and I still get weird asking him things. Like I'm asking, like, you know, can I have some more candy? You know, and like I'll go to ask him this, and I'm sure he's gonna tell me to go fuck myself. And I'll go, Ernie, can we do this with the show tonight? And he's like, yeah. And I'm literally like heartbroken. Like I had my whole fucking rebuttal fucking planned out. I had been talking to myself the whole way here.
Doesn't it suck when like you think nothing's gonna go your way, and then it does, and it's like, what the hell? You know
So-
what that's like, right?
She's just staring at you.
So Corey, tell us about the what it was like to do a song for you. Like you were the voice of the proposal. I mean, that was your song.
So it didn't start out as the proposal. How that started out. So my mentor, Devin O'Day, I had a different song written. Same music, same kind of hook, you know, Chance of a Lifetime. You should check out that song, Chance of a Lifetime, by the way, people. But
You can get
Oh,
that
Chance of a
at
lifetime.
at everywhere. Go to CORYSinger.com, CORYSANGER. It'll take you to all the streaming services. There's no E in my name. That E is the bane of my existence. It's CORY. Thank you. Anyway,
Is it the bane of your existence, or by chance is it the vein of your existence?
I don't know if you're aware, but Bill thought it was the vein of my existence for his entire life until I corrected him a few weeks ago and
On
told
the
him
show.
it was the bane of his existence. So, yes.
So for 38 years, I've been walking around screaming at people, this shit is the vein of my existence.
Yeah.
So anyway, as you were saying,
I've had those
Yeah.
moments.
so yes, so it's CORY.
Yes.
SINGER. And here at the
Yes.
Good Soup, we support our guests, right?
Yes. Yes. Wow,
Yes.
why don't you get angry about
Yes.
Well,
There you
sometimes
go.
you got to get loud with these
But,
people. I don't
but
know
anyway,
what you want.
but
Support the
anyway,
show,
no.
kids.
So it started. The original song was more of like a graceful "fuck you" song, with a beautiful orchestration. Like it was more like telling. So what happened is that there was this woman I knew right? And I had a little bit of a crush on her, but she was in an abusive relationship. And I wrote about it, like, you're with this guy, but you could be with me, like, come on. And so, you know, the song turned out great, but my mentor, Devin O'Day, why don't you challenge yourself? Because it's a great song. Why don't you make it into a wedding proposal song? So in the same amount of time it took me to write the original song, just like a half hour, I wrote a proposal song. I thought it was going to be hard, but it was actually a really good exercise. And I challenged myself, pushed myself a half hour to write it. And we re-recorded some lyrics, and we released the proposal first, and then we released the truth, which is the one I personally prefer because that comes from War from the Heart.
So there you go. There's the
There
story
you
behind
have it. So that's no, and it's super cool, man. You don't hear of too many New Jersey people doing big things like you're doing. You know, listen, at your age, man, I wish I would have committed to my entertainment career back then because you know, I'd hope that I'd be somewhere by now.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
not
not.
easy. It's not easy.
But
you know, it's
Yeah, but
difficult.
you've committed. I mean,
Yeah.
and you committed in a time when most people are out, like, I mean, getting fucked up and like, smashing drinks at the bar and not, you know what I mean? You took your 20s and did something I wish
were
I could have done,
productive.
and
Not
actually
always.
chase a dream.
You know, it took me a while. One thing I don't talk about too much is that I used to be a really big pothead. And that held me back a lot. And I used to get in my own way. A lot of times with the autism, too, because we grew up in a time, and this is why I like to talk about the autism advocacy, too. I grew up in a time specifically, and you guys did, too, where autism was still such a taboo thing, and people thought
Oh, I was the
autism-
worst. I grew up in the 80s and 90s. So
Yeah,
it was
so-
10 times worse.
You know, all the problems I had in school in my childhood were related to the autism. But none of the teachers, nobody knew. My parents didn't have the information they needed to better understand
Nobody
me.
did.
Nobody did.
And-
It didn't work like that back
like,
then.
I would get homework, right, from school. For example, I'll talk about this. It would take other students at most an hour to do all this homework.
Take me like 5.
Yes, exactly. And then I would study my ass off. I'd take the test. I'd still fail.
Yeah.
And teachers thought, no, you weren't trying hard. No, when I'm not in school, I'm doing homework. Like,
Yep.
nothing helped. You know?
So how did you feel? Did you ever? Okay, so I remember going to my psychiatrist and saying, I can't do testing. Like, I'm having I can't sit there for the allotted time. I think I need untimed testing. And they were like, no. And I'm like, no, I really do. And this is in the mid 90s. So finally they got us untimed testing. And I remember taking my SATs for the 3rd time and having it untimed and scoring really high because I had it untimed.
Well, I had extra time on my tests, and I had reduced, like, questions
Yeah.
and all that. So, you know, that's all my IEP really did for me. But, you know, with people always yelling at me saying, don't do this, don't do that. Like, and I was the theater kid in school. Like, I was
Yeah.
the one that always got that kind of led me to do what I do now with music. But I was getting all the school leads in the
Yeah.
plays and all that. I was doing all the national anthems at the school sporting events and all that. I did a TV show.
So entertainment's always been in your blood.
Yeah, The Candy Factory in 2013. I filmed it in 2012. It was a singing competition show on Bravo TV. The Candy Factory, Candy Burris of the Real Housewives.
Yeah.
of Atlanta.
I know exactly
So-
what you're talking about. Holy
So you guys
shit.
should go check that out too. See, we're giving you a
We're gonna
list of
YouTube
just
that. I'm gonna
straight
YouTube that when I
gold
leave
here
tonight.
for you to check out.
No, but it's like these are some accomplishments. These are really cool accomplishments, right?
No, I'm serious. That's what I'm telling
But-
people.
No, I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying, like,
You could totally brag. You're
That's-
allowed to.
that's what
the
we're
whole
here
point
for,
of this
man.
Show.
yeah, what I'm saying is that's what people wanted. They didn't want to deal with the what that came with, the
Yeah.
autistic side of me. And that got me very discouraged in life, you know? It's like, and I masked my autism so much,
That's you.
I got to a very bad place where I thought I got rid of my autism, which you cannot do.
You can't get rid of it.
And it was so bad, it got to the point where I pretty much gave up on music for a brief minute and tried to join the military. And because for me,
He tried to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and dude, I'm like listening to your story, and I'm like,
Yeah, you know, because I felt like that's what I needed to do. You know what I mean? I felt like I was. the
when
whole
was your
time I was-
moment? Because I had my moment of, I call it the moment of clarity at MEPS when I'm sitting there and they're shoveling. Like, dude, we get to this hotel.
He went to the Marine
and there's
Corps.
this huge spread
Yep.
of like the best food you've ever had and anything you could want. And the second I walked into the room, I'm like, oh no, this has definitely got to be some bullshit. I'm like, the only way they're putting out this much money is if you're gonna get screwed when it comes time to sign,
Dude.
And then I really took a hard look at myself and I go, you're not built for the military. I mean, let's be real. If I'm being honest with myself, I'm kind of a bitch. I mean, I'm not the guy that's
You
gonna
also
be like,
don't-
let's do push-ups all day. It's never gonna happen.
Well,
Like,
I didn't even make it to MEPS, man. I tried to join the Marines as well. And, I was with the recruiter. Like, I had just gotten fired from a job, too. My fault. I'm not going to get into that. But,
just all you
Yeah.
people need to know is fuck that guy, all right?
basically, exactly.
Okay, all right.
So, like, I got out. I started recruiting. I gave up on music. I was just like, that's it. And so I started working out. I was already into working out at that point, but I got into my best shape ever. I was running. I was doing military exercises. The recruiter was like, yeah, we're going to get you. They're like, yeah, no, we can't take you. You got autism and a history of asthma. And that's where I really, like for you, the moment of clarity. It's like I fell into a state of depression, and then I had to.
Yeah.
But you know what I
Yeah.
wonder, Corey, is like, it seems like the few years, the mere few years that between your experience and mine, I can even see though that they've learned so much.
Oh, yeah.
Because when I went to join, they were like, "You're really, really, really hyper," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know." And they were like, "Yeah," and you said you smoke weed, and I'm like, "Yep." And he was like, "You can't smoke weed," and I'm like, "Oh, all right. Well, I use that," and at the time, I still used it to treat my hyperactivity. And their answer to that was, "Here's 4 gallons of water. You're gonna drink that before we leave at 5 o'clock."
Yo, that's what they said. I was just getting off pot too, and they were like, "Yeah, just drink hella water." Like, but no, like,
Apparently, hella water fixes
Yeah,
ADHD and autism. Did you know? Because I didn't.
yeah, but like,
The fucking cure. It's crazy.
no, don't give the conspiracy theorists, the anti-vaxxers, any more juice. No, don't do it. Don't. But like, but no, in a weird way, that rejection was the best thing that ever happened to me, because then I started writing again. I picked up the guitar again. I started writing. And I started writing and writing and writing. That's around when COVID happened. And I just picked up a new job. And I was in quarantine, and I kept writing and writing and writing and writing and writing and writing again the way I was before. And I found my purpose again. So it's just, sometimes you got to make those mistakes to realize, to put you back on the right path.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So, and, I've always been a creative person, you know what I mean? And that's why I love doing music and doing anything related to the arts. And
Well,
so,
I can tell you this, Corey. I don't know much. I've played in a bunch of bands, and I was
you're
mildly a big shit drummer when I was younger. You have a drive behind the way you write that you don't see much. You really don't, man. I mean, a lot of people, like, they put their heart into, like, one song, right? And then that song does incredibly well. And then you listen to the rest of the album, and it is just horse shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and I don't mean it, like, as in they suck or nothing like that, but you could tell they phoned it in. They wrote one kick-ass song. They're like, that's the one. That's the moneymaker. And they're like, all right, the rest of this bullshit, we're just going to sprinkle right there.
Yeah, I'm always writing.
But like the stuff you're putting out is quality. Like that actually, and man, listen, I'm not gonna lie for a second and tell you that your genre of music is like my jam, right? It's not. I don't generally listen to the kind of music you are, but I do listen to your music because, to be fair, man, I'm really blown the fuck away. Like
Thank you. I
really
appreciate
was.
that. I take a lot of pride in, like, because that's one thing too. Like, if I'm gonna sing songs, I might as well create a good song, and that's
Yeah.
I've been writing for 10 years. It took me 5 to start writing anywhere near as good as I start now, and that's what a lot of people who go into this industry don't realize. It takes time. It's not like the Beatles.
I wish I could write music. My
Yeah.
my rating would be like frog, cat,
Well,
penis.
it's
like
funny.
there would be no
Yeah.
flow to it.
Like
there
the
would be
Beatles,
nothing.
they spent years in Germany honing in their craft and honing in that
Yes.
sound before they started writing, All My Lovin', I Want to Hold Your Hand. There were so many songs that came before those that
Hey,
when
Corey.
they finally started. Yeah.
Let me ask you this though: at what point do those beginner songs just start to disappear, or at least how hard do you try to make them disappear?
Well, I keep them up on my Spotify and all that as a reminder. Of,
No, and I get it, man, because like I still give Draw 2 a listen to my original band when I was in high school, and we jam together still. But I mean, it's an excuse for all of the dudes to get away from their wives and nothing more at this point. But I still go back and listen to it from time to time. And I mean, and I'm gonna be real, like I loved that band, but I mean, like if I put it on for you, you'd be like, all right, this is dog shit, bro. What are you doing? To me?
They were early 2000s punk.
We were early 2000s
so
punk, and
it's
our singer didn't really
Because
sing.
tonight will be the night that I'll remember you.
Yeah, no, for real. And
We have a question for Corey.
Corey, you have a question. Hold on.
Let me put my glasses on so I could see the question because,
Did music come naturally, Corey? And it's CORY. I wonder if. I'm just fucking with you.
I love you, Beth.
No,
but
Beth, I love you. I'm only playing with you. I wonder. My nephew, it comes so natural to him at 7, he can hear a song, figure it out on the keyboard. And he is also autistic.
Yeah, music always did come very naturally to me. Like I said, I've always been creative. I used to draw.
That was my thing. I was an
Yeah.
artist.
Yeah, like so.
I tried music and I sucked very royally.
But
at it.
music, no, I tried trumpet at 3 and I stuck with it, even though I didn't like it.
Trumpet.
But yeah.
I picked up the drums in a year when I was 14 and I played until I was 17. And I have not played a drum since I was 17 because I don't know what happened.
Which is funny because for 6 of the 7 years we've
can't
been
play.
together, there has been a drum set sitting in the basement at all
If you
times.
hand me a
Like,
pair
all
of
set up.
drumsticks, I played for 3 years. And if
Yeah.
you hand me a pair of drumsticks, I couldn't play to save my life. I
So-
played guitar for 5 years. If you hand me a guitar, I cannot play it to save my life. And I played piano for 2 years.
Nice.
And I cannot play anything at all. It's almost like the music, like I blocked out that part of my life for some reason.
Can we shatter the illusion for you, Angie?
Go ahead, go
All right,
for
here
it.
we go. Here's the illusion getting shattered. So, Corey, you'll get this. So, Angie thinks that I'm this like fucking hot shot musician and really good guitarist. I can play like "Wish You Were Here," power chords to "Wonderwall," and like "Enter Sandman." Yo, did you believe that's all it takes sometimes? That shit's fucking crazy to me.
It is.
She's
It
like,
is.
oh my God. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like anywhere else on earth with you, with Christian, anybody at all would look at that and be like, we've been taking lessons for 2 fucking weeks. Like, you know what I mean?
Listen,
they
from
make
someone who
jokes about
can't-
on TikTok about guitars. Like, you got that one dude. All it takes is putting the capo on the 2nd fret. You know, it's Wonderwall. But no. To answer Beth's question, yeah, like to answer Beth's question, no, music always did come naturally to me. There's a fun story actually. Me and my family we always watch the Kennedy Center honors once a year. I don't know if you guys know
Yes.
what that is. So one year there was this opera singer on, and this is when TiVo first came out. Remember TiVo?
Oh my God, I remember TiVo.
Yeah, so
I'm going to go TiVo
You guys are
it.
TiVoing the GSL,
I'm
right?
gonna TiVo it.
yeah, so we had TiVo back then, and so my mom left the other room. I rewounded it. There's this opera singer performing for this opera singer. So, and I was emulating what the opera singer was doing on the screen, like verbatim. And my mom thought it was the person on screen, but it was actually me. She goes, "Wait, Corey, that was you?" Like, yeah.
I'm going to turn the volume down. We're going to turn you up.
Yeah, and like I said, there was something always about musical theater as well, like just putting myself on stage. And I remember even when I was
That's
little,
your happy place.
yeah, like the Music Man Jr. in 5th grade. I was so pissed because I wasn't Harold Hill. They cast a tall kid as Harold Hill. I knew 76 trombones inside and out, and they still didn't give it to me.
Like walk off stage, you're like, I fucking nailed it.
Like with like my little 4'5" self, like being like, I want to be Harold Hill, but like, but still, like, it always did come naturally to me, and it just. I don't know. I remember listening to music all the time. My dad always listened to like Red Hot Chili Peppers and this and that. Like
I grew up with all right,
Mr.
so
Anthony Kiedis.
as a
Yo,
child.
don't even start. We both know what you grew up with. I'll give you guys a hint. You ready?
Hair metal. My dad was in a hair metal band. My dad was a drummer in a hair metal band. Yes.
Dude.
Yes.
Like, and literally, like, I
Like-
didn't think, I was like, no fucking way.
Yeah, no.
And
He
then they
was a
played me the tape, and it was like spandex and fucking, just fucking.
well, how do you think they sang so high?
I mean, yeah,
You know what's funny about that? Let's think about that for a minute, though. What happened to hair metal? Like, it didn't, like all other genres, like rap is still around, even though it's not as big as it once was.
Hair
And
metal
heavy
kinda
metal.
came back.
When
It
did
kinda
it come
got
back? The
absorbed-
darkness.
It kind of got absorbed into comedy. If you're not, if
Well,
you
yeah,
Yeah.
Steel Panther.
I was just
Steel
gonna say
Panther,
that.
Ninja Sex
Steel
Party.
Panther.
Ours go to 11.
Yeah.
I mean, that was kind of the natural progression because, like, if you listen to some of the lyrics of those songs, they are absurd
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah.
in the best way
definitely.
possible, though.
No, I mean hair metal. Here's the thing, like of those eras, what you got a point. Like think about like the 70s. That style is kind of coming back with like Greta Van Fleet and all that.
Yeah, I'm Greta.
I can't with that.
Are you
dude.
a Greta fan?
I can't do him.
You can say it if you are.
I could be a fan. I just can't.
I'm not like a fan, but I respect them. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like here's the thing. didn't say whatever you want. They are crazy talented.
They are great. Very
No
talented.
one's had a voice like that since Plant. I will
Yeah.
give him that
Yeah,
100%.
I was just gonna say that the emulation of Led Zeppelin is there.
But I don't know if you've ever actually seen the dude talk in person, like actually talk.
I've seen it. Yeah, he talks with a British accent.
It's
for
not
some
even just
reason.
that though. He's like literally, he's fucking real life Aldous Snow. All he talks about is getting fucked up. He's like, and some whiskey and 4 shots blow and I'm like, bro, you're gonna be Phil Anselmo in like 3 years. You keep that shit up, man. Like, you know what I mean? They'll be coming out fucking. Drag the river some more.
Oh my god! Is that your Phil Anselmo
That's
impression?
as close as I can get to Phil's terrible.
I mean,
No,
that's what
I
he
just
sounds
I
like
see
now.
him. I see him just marching compared to everyone else in the band. Like all the other 3 dudes, they seem very normal, and he's the one that marches to the beat of his own drum.
He's just a singer,
I mean,
so you know.
20
but
years
you know
ago,
what they
I
say
would have
about
loved
bands?
to hang out with him.
Yeah, you know what they say about bands, right? You got a singer and a drummer. You know, they say Pete Townsend said it best. Like girls either want to fuck the singer or the drummer. The singer because he's gorgeous, the drummer because he lasts longer. So you know, it's like. So
It's all about timing, you know?
Exactly. you get a nice rhythm going. It's like the faster.
I
Like,
can't,
great. I'm coming.
I can't come till I hit the paradiddle, goddammit.
Sorry, Angie.
I'm so glad you guys are finding yourselves so amusing.
We're definitely going to be banned off.
That's how you know you got 2 neurodivergents in the same room. They don't care. They'll just
We
go.
don't. No, and that's one thing you have to understand about the Good Soup Live is that I think this is 36 fucking episodes we've done of this show.
Next week will be 37.
36
in a
episodes.
row.
Next week will be 37
in a row.
But
I mean, we
yeah,
had kind of a break.
In a row?
but-
wow.
In a row.
In a row. Well,
In a
yeah,
row?
because like episode 1, and then right after that was episode 2, and then after that.
Well, the next episode, whoever you're gonna have on, they're gonna go like, "I'm 37." Like,
Oh, it's fucking Steve.
Is it Steve? Oh, yeah.
So
we're
next
doing
week we actually have our
Super Mega
co-show
Trivia
that
Slam.
when we started back in what was it 2020 or 2019?
2020.
21?
21. We
I
started
don't
in
know. I
2021.
smoke a lot of weed, but whenever we started this show 36 episodes ago, we started it with a game show called Super Mega Trivia Slam with a guy named Steve, who's turned out to be probably one of the best friends we've ever had. So next week he actually
Steve's
asked if he
coming on.
could come and do his stuff with us for next week's show. So Steve, you're going to be the official 37th episode of the Good Soup
Sweet.
Live
I didn't even think
at
about
Smod
that.
Castle Cinemas.
Yes.
Right there. All right, so we got a couple quick announcements to make, and that announcement was exactly at 37 minutes.
damn. In a row?
In a row?
In a row. 30, all 37 of them.
We got someone out here who's just clueless as to the joke.
It's a big Kevin Smith thing here. Real quick, before we do that, though, we have to ask you the same question that we ask everyone who comes on the Good Soup. What is your favorite View Askew movie?
Fuck. It has to be View Askew.
It has to be a Kevin Smith movie.
Okay, I can't pick one. Clerks always has a special place in my heart because I gotta give you a couple. Am I allowed?
You can give as many
You're
as you
allowed,
want.
because I do. I always give a couple.
Clerks has a special place in my heart because I was a clerk at one point, and it truly does capture the boredom and absurdity of what can occur when you are a clerk. What else? I think Kevin Smith's best film, like best made film, is Red State.
Yes, thank
Like-
you, Corey.
Like I think John.
Yes. Finally,
Yeah,
somebody
like-
said Red State. No,
Yeah.
we ask all these people who are like Dogma and then
No, I love Dogma. I love all that, but Red
Me
State was
too,
just that
but-
like you
That was a
watch.
solid movie.
Yeah, you watch that, you're like, Kevin Smith made that? Like, you have an Oscar-winning actress here. You got, like, John Goodman being badass here. You got
Yeah.
Michael Parks.
Michael
Killing
Parks
it.
is one of my favorites.
Yeah, I mean,
God bless his
and
soul.
let's talk about one of the greatest movies ever made, Tusk. So,
Yes, did you see
Tusk for president.
So when you walk out of this theater,
They have
if you
the-
make an immediate right, the picture that was originally in Tusk is on the wall. It's huge. It's
And
like
if you
an
guys weren't
8-foot
bolted
picture. I'll
to
show
the
you when we're
ceiling,
done.
I would take all of us out there and show you, but the camera that we're coming through
Yes.
is actually one with the smodness.
nice.
But yeah, as soon as you walk out of this theater and to the right it's actually from the movie. So
I remember.
it's-
Can I give the big spoiler about Tusk?
Go for it.
Am I
Go
allowed
for it.
to?
You're
Because
allowed
Tusk
to.
2 is going to be getting made, so go ahead.
But true. Like, so, like, I remember I took my best friend to see it with me because we both like Kevin Smith. And it was just me, him, and 2 other people in the theater. And Johnny Depp comes on screen in that makeup. And it's like nobody, like for those of you who don't know, nobody knew Johnny Depp was going to be in the movie.
No.
And Kevin Smith
No.
kept
No.
that a secret.
Yes.
Like,
That actually even stayed a pretty big secret
Yeah.
to people who had, like, you know what I mean? Like, that never really went out to the public
I know, and then
in
like
any way. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause
we're
we saw
watching-
it 10 years later, and we were
Yeah.
still like,
yeah, like we see the slow zoom in of him smoking. As soon as he took off the glasses, I just looked that out loud in the theater, like that's Johnny Depp. And then they go into that like scene with him, and Michael Parks, just like saying whatever the fuck they're saying, like did you come here to shoot the spider? As sir to get Quebec, I am actually not authorized to discharge a weapon at a bug. Me and my best friend, we couldn't breathe. We cackled.
it's
Because like we're into random stupid stuff like that, but it's like it's pure
we
Kevin
saw
Smith.
Kevin do his book. He did his coffee table book, and he did his book reading. So when we
at our
got
old
there-
home at the
yeah,
Smog
at
Castle.
Smog Castle. And when he opened the book, he's like, what do you guys want to hear? Of course, everyone's yelling like Chasing Amy, Dogma. This I'm like, and he's like, oh, how about we do Tusk? And my eyes lit up.
Yo,
I'm
she
like,
jumped
fuck yeah.
3 feet off
I
of
was
her
like,
fucking
Tusk.
seat.
And
that
then
night.
everyone's like, no, do Dogma, do Dogma. He's like, all right, I'll do Dogma. I wanted to hear how he got from looking at that article that was up in Canada because it was a real thing.
It wasn't a real. I mean, all right, it was kind of
It
real.
wasn't.
It was
The movie
sort
was
of
loosely based on the story of the guy who had the
turned
walrus
people
suit.
into walruses,
Yeah.
I believe.
He did not turn them into walruses.
He
He
cut
had
their
a
limbs
walrus
off and
suit.
made them into.
Shut the fuck up.
It's like a Megazord walrus. Actually, I heard that's what the sequel's about. They're gonna just take. It's gonna be. They're gonna chop up
Futurama.
some of you and some of that person over there, and they're gonna make a giant walrus Megazord, and it's gonna fuck up the Power Rangers.
Oh my god.
What?
But I
All right.
wanted to hear it, and like I just when they started, and I looked at Bill. I'm like, I want to go home.
Yeah, she was so heartbroken
upset.
when it happened.
Yeah, but no, Red State though. I love Kevin Smith, but I think Red State that's like such a. I show people that film, they're like,
Yeah.
Kevin Smith made that. Like I know.
Yeah.
I bought Red State for my birthday. I bought Red State. I bought Tusk, and he bought me Dogma. And
All autographed copies because
Red State I had to find on eBay because I couldn't find it anywhere. And I had an original copy years ago. When I got divorced, everything went by. But I showed Bill Red State. He's like, "This is a Kevin Smith movie." I said,
Yeah, no, because you know what it is? It's too fucking creepy to be a Kevin Smith movie in my eyes. I mean, he crushed it, but it's one of those movies that you leave that theater like.
You're
You know what I mean?
feeling
Like you have to shake off the fact that these people really exist in the world.
Yeah. It's like. Yeah, although I do kind of wish they were able to go with the original ending because
Yeah,
here's
me too.
here's what the thing about the movie, it actually is unpredictable.
Yeah.
Like it sets itself up to be predictable, but when you think it's going to go one way, it goes no, it goes this way, and they're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. So like the fact that if they stuck with the original ending, but the way it ended was appropriate. So.
Yeah, I showed you the alternate ending, the animated ending. That
Agreed.
was the second one, yeah, which was the original one, and then they decided not to, but they animated.
My
it
little
instead.
stoner chipmunk just popped out of my brain, though. I'm not gonna lie. He was like, "Nope, sorry, that wing's closed, filled with bong resin." I don't remember an animated ending on that movie
I
at all.
showed that to you like 3 months ago, and you watched.
How
it with
high
me.
was I? Because I'm gonna guess it was up there.
Maybe
Elevated.
Elevated.
All right.
Okay.
So we have to move on because we're actually running lower on time because it's been so much fun
no.
having here. We're blowing through it. First, before I make our announcements, because we have a huge announcement tonight, guys. But the first thing is, do you have anything you want to tell our fans about coming up?
Yes. So I'm going to be releasing a song towards the end of March, which I'm going to be performing here for you guys tonight. You guys and the folks at home are going to be the first people hearing this song live. So
And listen, I literally begged this kid to play this song for us. It is by far one of the coolest songs I think has come out of the state of New Jersey in the last 20 years. And you know what? Actually, fuck Bon Jovi. I'm going to say it. In the last 35 years, this is one of the best songs come out of New Jersey. Right. Yeah, I said it. I don't give a shit.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you. That's a big honor. Thank you.
So, all right.
And I'm working on making an album too. So my first album. I've been releasing singles. Now I'm making an album.
So now
of
you're
all
gonna make
new-
a feature length, a full length feature full length.
basically, it's gonna be all unreleased songs.
They call that an EP.
Okay.
Right?
LP.
LP.
See, thank you.
QRSTUVWXYZ.
Thank you, Quinn.
All right.
See, that's what you get for being a smartass, Bill.
So, yeah, so people
Fucked
are
him
like,
up.
Yeah, she did. She jammed
Fuck
my
Bon
brain. Now I
Jovi.
can't think. Goddamn, fuck Bon Jovi. It's his goddamn fault. Anyway, all right. So we're gonna actually announce the big news. And Corey was kind enough to come here and play an all new song for you guys to help us launch this. The Good Soup Live is now, as of now, becoming the Good Soup Live. Smod's Got Talent. So what we're doing is we are going to feature an up-and-coming artist or an up-and-coming movie maker or a comedian, some that you guys already know, some that you don't know.
Somebody with the talent.
Somebody with a talent, somebody that we think deserves the spotlight and the help up. And what we're going to do is every week for the next 10 weeks or maybe even 12 weeks, we will have a new act here for you guys, and they will come preview what they do, play a couple songs, hang out with us, shoot the shit, tell jokes. At the end of the season, we will be doing a live ticketed event from Smodcastle Cinemas. And
Yes, Smod's
we're going to
Got
bring them
Talent.
all back. Everyone's going to perform. We are going to be your mere hosts, and it's all in the
It's all to benefit the theater.
the benefit of the theater, but it's also in the spirit of trying to lift up and coming acts, because you know what the fact of the matter is I feel like the only way that any of us are going to actually get where we have our eyes set is to do it together. And I think that's a big thing that a lot of people have forgotten over the last years. You don't see those little matinee shows with bands anymore or stuff like that. And we want to bring that back. So we are officially, this is the first show of Smod's Got Talent, which we do not have a logo for, but we will leave it to our trusty, lovely fan base to go ahead and make us one. So without further ado, I would love to have Corey play a couple songs for you guys tonight to close out this episode of The Good Soup Live. So I'm going to kick it to you, Corey, and we're going to sit in the audience.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah,
that
you're
cool?
gonna have a total audience.
Yes.
Okay.
Bill, sit down.
That's cool.
Sit down up here.
Sit down up there, man. Don't leave him alone.
He's got the guitar. I don't want to bump into him and fuck him up because I'm a spaz. Is that better?
That's better.
All right. Can I sing along?
If you want.
I'm fucking with you, bro. Yeah, nobody
Okay.
Nobody
Right.
wants to hear that shit.
How's that sound? Good in tune?
We're good. If anything, angle that mic down a little bit. The Shure.
All right.
The other one.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
And we're good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this is the song I'm releasing towards the end of March. It's called Don't Even Try. I'm not in the mood for your attitude. Keep it up, I'm gonna lose my cool. Don't mess with me, I've had a real bad day. If you do, it'll be your last mistake. I will not hold back on your sorry ass. Don't fuck with me, don't even try. I will shut that shit right down. If you know what is good for you, then you will turn your ass around. You're playing with a fire that'll get you burned, and maybe it'll be a lesson learned. You're in way over your head. Trust me when I say you'll end up dead. I have had enough. You are out of luck. Don't fuck with me, don't even try. I will shut that shit right down. If you know what is good for you, then you will turn your ass around. Don't fuck with me, don't even try. I will shut that shit right down. If you know what is good for you, then you will turn your ass around. Don't fuck with me, don't even try. I will shut that shit right down. If you know what is good for you, then you will turn your ass around. Don't fuck with me, don't even try. I will shut that shit right down.
Good soup, people. Let's hear it for Corey Singer.
All right,
Thank you.
Corey, that was amazing. And I
Angie's never heard that
I
song.
haven't heard
or
it. So I'm sitting here all smiles. I'm like,
man,
that's
that's-
a good
thank
fucking
you.
song.
You can ask Jill and Corey, Ange. I literally immediately was like, I need that. I need that song in my life. I need it in my car.
No,
I
like
need it now.
that was really fucking good. Bill's like, yeah, it's a good song. It's a good song. I'm like, no, I
Play
really
Free
need to hear
Bird.
it.
Thank you. I'm glad you guys like it.
That was dope,
that-
man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that was amazing.
Do you got one more for us?
Yeah, I do. I don't know when I'm releasing this one, but it will be released at some point.
It's
This
called the
is-
Good Soup Live theme song.
Actually,
Good soup.
yeah. This one is called Long Time Coming. Yeah, we won.
So up and come, and that's definitely doable. The man to speak to is our producer, Mr. Ernie O'Donnell, aka Rick Darris, and he will definitely chat with you guys about that, I'm sure.
All right, definitely. So this one is Long Time Coming. This is the start of something new, a brand new chapter in my life. All of the dreaming, the screaming, the sacrifices have paid off for once in my life. This is my chance to show the whole world just what I've got. They're gonna know my name, they'll know who I am. I've given it all of my everything. I've hit rock bottom, but I'm coming back. I'm gonna be known as the man who climbed to the top of the mountain for once in my life. This is my chance to show the whole world just what I've got. They're gonna know my name, they'll know who I am. It's been a long time coming. It's been days and months and years. This is the moment, a moment that I've been waiting for once in my life. This is my chance to show the whole world just what I've got. They're gonna know my name, they'll know who I am. For once in my life, they'll know who I am.
That was the shit. That really was, man. I still too like every time I hear you play. I mean, you really are phenomenal, man.
Thank you.
You're just on point.
Now I grew up
I
with
can't fucking
musicians,
wait,
but I've
man.
never grown up with somebody who can sing. So
Yeah,
it
that's the
is
thing, and
amazing,
it's one of
Corey,
those
to
things-
Like sit here and watch you actually sing and sing well and amazing. And
Yeah, man.
we're used to having people who can't sing. Period.
Well, it's funny too because I noticed the
I'll say
delicacy
nothing
in
except
it.
thank you.
He's like, I think that's a thank you. I'm not really sure.
No, that's a definite.
Corey's like,
I'm
that's a
sitting
thank you to
here-
me, but a
Thank you.
fuck you to all your friends, guys. That's weird.
But no, but like to sit here and actually hear somebody who can sing without having to use a pitch corrector, anything like that.
Yes,
Just
and by the
coming
way,
straight from the
I use pitch corrector one goddamn time, and y'all won't let me forget it. All right?
Christian comes out looking like Cher. If you believe. No, here at the Good Soup Live, we do not use auto-tune, auto-correct, and everything. Corey is literally coming out of an acoustic guitar to a Shure SM55 and an SM58 directly wired into the feed. So what you guys heard was this kid's
Straight out of his
legit
lungs.
voice.
His pipes.
No backing tracks, no blends, nothing. Which, dude, I mean, that's a big deal because, I mean,
It really is, though.
real bands,
really is.
like signed huge bands playing, like, they don't even do that shit. Five Finger Death Punch runs a blend. It's not Ivan. You hear that entire time. Get the fuck out of here.
Shinedown runs.
I
the
don't want to
blend.
talk about Shinedown blends. It fucking just drives me out of my mind. Anyway, listen, guys, please go check out Corey Singer. Again, that's Corey without an E. Yes, CORY Singer.
No E.
And then on Instagram, it's Corey Singer Music, right?
Yeah, Corey Singer Music. Go to my website, CoreySinger.com. Everything will be there. All my socials, all the streaming services, that'll take you to everything. And thank you both very much for having me.
Oh, of course, man.
welcome.
This was
Always.
an awesome for me, man. This made my whole week. I was so pissed to catch the plague last, and
Well-
fuck up last week's show.
Well, listen,
so.
I appreciate that you even told me to begin with. I'm more appreciative.
What do you
of
think I
that,
was gonna
so-
do? Have you come in here and be like,
COVID.
You're like, Corey, that tickle in your throat that you're gonna feel on the way home? It's not vocal strain, my dude.
Hey, Corey, here, use this mic. There you
Yeah,
go.
I'm going to lick it before I give it to you.
Nah, we don't want to screw that voice up, man. It sounds really good. And we are super stoked to have you involved with the Smods Got Talent thing that we're doing here.
Thank you. I'm honored. I'm honored.
And when we do the live show, it's gonna be, it's not gonna be an acoustic, right? We're gonna do like a full sound.
Well, I'll have my acoustic because I don't have a band. So.
Yeah, but you have the tracks, right? That we can push through the big system.
Oh yeah, I have the tracks.
Yeah, so we can do. I mean, or you could do. It doesn't really matter. But the
You can
show
do
itself,
we don't
is,
care. You just sound
it's
good,
going
so
to be.
that's all I
it's not
care
going to be
about.
Corey sitting at a table playing this. We're actually putting on a real show when we do this. So these acts are literally going to come up here with their full stage setups. I know. I was telling him I'm bringing some lighting and maybe some cold spark cannons and stuff like
No.
that. CO2
No.
cannons, maybe.
No.
I have to be extra. I'm a peacock, Angie. You gotta let me fly. Thank you guys for coming to the Good Soup. Tune in next week. Check out Corey Singer Music. Have a great night.
See you later.
And speaking of messes, that is wonderful.
I come for some good soup.
The Good Soup Live. Good Soup Live. The
I come for some good soup.
Welcome to the Good Soup Live.
Good soup live. All I ever think about is good soup live. Wonder what they'll talk about. Then again, ginger snaps, finger cuffs, where you at? Straight out of New Jersey. The good soup live. All I ever think about is good soup live. Wonder what they'll talk about. Then again, ginger snaps, finger cuffs, where you at? Straight out of New Jersey. The Good Soup Live.
Good Soup is live at the one and only Spot Castle in Leonardo, New Jersey.